Hello, welcome to this brief overview of a new session format for Society of Women Engineers local conferences called Hands-On Workshops. My name is Carrie Kozauka and I'm from the SWE New England Shoreline section, and I'm very excited to share this new opportunity because it's something I was able to pilot over the past couple of years through other WE local conferences. So what is this new hands-on workshop session about? Hopefully y'all have experienced enough of the SWE conferences to know we have excellent speakers, we have excellent panelists, but this is a new opportunity to utilize our local conferences, which are always a great way to get to know your neighbors and in a smaller, more intimate setting, and create the space for us to learn from each other in a hands-on way. A lot of our members spend the time teaching potential engineers about concepts and tools and developing their skills. This is really a chance for us to teach each other through a diverse set of backgrounds, through a diverse set of industries, about something that could be applicable to them, whether it's their current job or future career, or simply something to boost their confidence. And this should be something that happens in real time, so a longer duration than a simple talk, as well as under the guidance of instructors and/or facilitators. And as I mentioned, I'm especially excited to share this session format because I had the opportunity to pilot this over the past couple of years through hands-on engine workshops. Recently, I had started to teach women's marine diesel courses, and I saw how fulfilling it was for adults to learn through that hands-on experience of taking apart an engine, and thought, gosh, wouldn't our fellow Society of Women Engineers love this? And it turns out we did. So in order to make this into reality, I gathered a dozen engines from around the state, cleaned them up, took them apart, utilized a lot of support, hundreds of hours from friends, family, etc., and turned this into a kit that I can now transport to other locations. So this workshop enabled, over the course of an hour, over 100 participants for the Hartford conference, and then later the following year for the Baltimore conference, to put their gloves on, learn for a few minutes about the basics of engines, and then start taking them apart, learning how to use perhaps a torque wrench for the first time, understanding the concepts of, finding the right metric versus English bolt, and understand what goes on inside a combustion engine. The feedback I received from this was just so rewarding. A lot of people had individually experienced imposter syndrome related to engines, and this was a chance to overcome that and work on their own confidence and think about what they would like to learn, perhaps in a different area. So I'm hoping we can continue to expand this to other topics. Key elements of your hands-on workshop could include interactive activities, so it's really important to make sure you have something that you can touch. Tools and materials, you're going to want to think about what you need. For example, I had to procure gloves, tools, torque wrenches, not to mention the engines. Real-world applications, so is what you're working on something that could be applicable to someone in their personal or professional life? And then creating a space for folks to interact with each other and discuss and really organically learn on their own was incredibly rewarding to see. And then finally, how do you learn but by solving the problems yourself? Creating challenges for folks to organically solve was incredibly rewarding and should be an essential element of this type of workshop. So there's endless opportunities, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what you all do, whether it's going to be something relating to coding boot camps, a DIY project, a lab experiment. There's so much out there that we can continue to learn from each other. I hope that you bring something new and different to the table that we can all learn together. And finally, a few best practices I want to share. Everyone learns a little differently. It was helpful to start with an introduction, but really it was most helpful to create time for people to learn on their own. Creating the hands-on experience takes a lot of work, and it's also a lot of work to back off and let people enjoy learning organically. So that's really what the core of this is about, and I look forward to seeing how we can all create the safe space for our participants to ask questions, again, to be vulnerable, and to create a supporting environment for us to learn and support each other. Thank you in advance for considering submitting a hands-on WE local workshop. It was so rewarding to build this with my friends, my colleagues. I think any corporate team, group of friends, SWE section who considers putting this on together is going to find it's a very rewarding experience that really grows beyond the local conference itself. I look forward to seeing what you submit. Thanks again.